Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zukiswa Tembani, who's also known as Zuki T. Please do allow me to reintroduce myself. Uh, reintroduce myself. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It's a new channel. Thank you to those who are subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate you for motivating me to do this. I've just come back from work. I'm coming back from work. I've just come back from work. Okay. I didn't have a right position uh, to sit and do this video. But I hope you understand. I hope you really do understand. I am laying in bed. I'm tired. I'm the most tired woman in South Africa. I do apologize for that. I feel like I'm lazy. It's not like I'm lazy, it's just that I am so tired. Today I wanted to do a video. It's Friday. I wanted to do a video, but something something just changed my mind. Seriously, I had to just share this part. I feel like if you are going to follow me, um, you will learn some things along the way. But I just want to share this part of this story with someone who can maybe relate with me. Today is Friday. It's the 8th of December. I've just came back from work. This morning, I'm just gonna be short and cut to the chase and just go through the story. Today, I went about my day. Um, got to work early in the morning, had a chat with my friend, and out of nowhere, we were more like talking about what's currently happening in our country and how it doesn't feel like it feels like we are in recession, and we are in recession. And then she mentioned something to me, but then again I started to talk about my dad. My dad passed away. May his soul rest in peace. I started to talk about my dad, and uh, out of nowhere, and I was just sharing with her how things would have been a lot more different if my father was alive. I feel like I miss him. I miss him because he played a big role in raising my child, especially my eldest daughter. And he never once complained. And at that time, I was unemployed, staying at home, doing nothing. And the father of my child at the time was also not working. So I was young. I just finished my matric, and then I had a baby. But I think I had a baby. Um, how old was I? Probably 23. And I'm not too sure about the age and numbers. Um, when I had my daughter. And it's fine. I share that part of the story that I wish my dad was around. I wish my dad was still around, and how things would have been a little much more easier for me, because I knew that if I didn't have anything, would have stepped in and, made sure I was okay. Okay, run this cassette for me. Fast forward. I came back from work. Washed, got myself ready. Didn't have any plans to go out. And again, a Facebook post just pop up. A Facebook post pop up that I posted 5 years ago. And in that post, I was asking God as to why uh, I doubted. I doubted um, God as to why. I was asking questions, more of me asking questions to God as to why He took away my dad, the only man that I felt like was my hero. Trust you me, I love my parents, both of them, my mom and my dad. But I feel like both of them have some toxic traits. And it's so funny that everything that I hate about my parents, I feel like I have, I feel like their DNA is somewhere, somehow running through me. And there's no way, no way everything that I hate about them is everything. I feel like they they how can I put it? They gave me. I don't know how to explain this. I hope someone understands what I'm saying. Everything that I hate about my parents, I feel like their DNA is running through me. That is so funny. I love my parents. I love both of them. But again, I feel like everything that I hate about them, it's somewhere, somehow embedded in my DNA. Okay, when I made that post 5 years ago, I was questioning God as to why He took away my dad. Again, my dad played an important part in my life in raising me, because my mother had four girls. I'm the second born. And once my mother had us young, because our age grew. Our age, if you follow our age, we're not far apart. It's like almost my mom was rushing to have kids or make sure that, she was growing her family very fast. She had us, four of us. I hope you get me. I feel like I'll forever tell the stories to you, hoping if you do relate, you can relate to me, um, to my story. I'm trying to paint a picture. I hope I make sense to someone. So she was growing this family very fast. And then when she had my young sister, little one, she got sick and she had to leave us. So my mom left us when we were very young. And my father was the one who was holding the fort for my mom. So my dad was the one who raised us. Stop there. That is the reason why I feel like he was a hero, because he stepped in without any knowledge of raising us. My mother was a businesswoman. She was running her own business. She had a big spaza shop that was business, so she had nannies taking care of us. And she left because she got sick. At that time, we didn't know what she was suffering from, because at that time, no one could diagnose postpartum, or no one could diagnose that maybe she had mental problems. Okay. So my dad stepped in and raised us. How my dad raised us? He was always raising us like he was raising boys. Remember, now we are girls, but my dad raised us as if he was raising boys, teaching us at a young age to be strong, teaching us at a young age to have that attitude, that mentality of being strong. I think that is one of the strongest um, points I took from him raising us to be strong, which is a good thing, because you need to be strong in this life in order to survive. Only the strong will survive. But again, everything that I hate about my parents, I feel like it is all embedded in my DNA. Two. Is that a two or a three? I don't know. Follow me. So today I saw this post. On this post, what I was saying was, my father was my hero, because when I grew up, I was the only one who had a dark skin in my family, because my father is like light skin and my sisters are light skin. My mom skin color is more of me, my skin color. So when I was growing up, black people, I'm gonna talk about black community, they, I don't know how they look at black skin children. They always will say the most hurtful comments. When I was growing up, I used to think I was ugly because of the comments that were made by people. So I had issues already of being insecure in my life because of the skin color that I had. But never once did my dad not fight for me. Because whenever someone will come in and say, why is she dark and the other ones are fair in color, they are light skin, and then my dad would be like, oh, she's so beautiful, she's so pretty, She's the smart one. He will just praise me and give me all of these praises. And when I remember we took pictures, and the fact that I was so insecure about myself, the pictures were ugly. I've never seen pictures so ugly in my life than the pictures that were taken that day. We used to have those cameras at home. So took pictures. All of us were taking pictures. There used to be a stand with a phone at home. I think the stand is still there. There used to be a stand with a phone, so we used to be like holding a phone, taking a pic. And when those pictures came back, they were ugly pictures, especially mine, because I was so insecure. I don't know what happened to me, and it was the most hurtful thing. Like, when you look at me right now, I'm laughing about it because I have learned to have a thick skin and to be strong. And when these pictures came back, wow, you know how people will go in. They went in. Why? Why are these pictures like this? I don't want to lie. That really hurt me so much. But my dad, ah, he fought for me. He was like, she's the most beautiful girl ever. She's the most beautiful girl in the world. She's the most beautiful girl in the world, and watch her. That man knew how to boost my confidence. And I think that even today, no one can tell me nothing about myself. I feel like no one, seriously, can tell me nothing to bring my confidence down because of that man. So I thank him for instilling that confidence in me at a young age, and giving me the strength to be able to withstand any trials that I go through in my life. So, what I'm trying to say about today is that life, guys, I feel like we must never miss the signs. I feel like the signs are everywhere. I think God is amazing, number one. God is wonderful. I feel like God is speaking with us. If you had asked me today if I was going to do a video about a full circle moment in my life where I feel like God is wonderful, God is amazing. I was going to do a story time. I was just going to share like a story time about probably my love life, but that changed because of that 5 year post. Number one, memory. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll go and read that note that I posted. I feel like it's something that's so significant in my life that I want to I want someone else to be able to read through that post, and maybe they can share uh, uh, the message, or maybe find meaning to the message as to why. Again, I don't know why did I speak about my dad today. No, I, I don't understand the significant. Uh, the sig- okay, English is gonna domoroz me. I'm domorozing English now. If you get what I'm saying, I mentioned that everything that I loved about my father, I feel like, and my mother, I feel like their DNA is embedded in me. And both of them, I feel like they've got toxic traits, and all of those things are embedded in me. As much as I am saying today, or I'm thanking my father for making me a strong woman, I also feel like every toxicity that he had is embedded in me, in my DNA. It's in my genes, it's running in my blood, and also with my mom. My parents are two different kind of parents. My dad was a loving father, a carer, a giver, a provider, everything. With my mother never raised us. My mother met us when we were old. I think I met my mom after finishing matric. That's when I met my mom. Like, for me to spend a day. And in order for me to go to my mom, I had to fight with my dad. Because my dad was so overly protective. My father, with my father, you can never go out. You can never go out of town. You can never go anywhere because he was so overly protective. I had to fight with my dad to go to my mom, to visit my mom. And when I fought with my dad so hard to break free from his protective ways, that then set or opened a chain for my sisters to say, okay, we can also go and visit our mom. My mom never raised us. My mom only met us when we were old. So she still doesn't know how to be a mom. Because of the fact that I was raised by my father. I am lacking a lot of things that I know could have been an important part of my life if my mom had raised us. But because of the circumstances of our lives, my mom could not raise us. So when I met my mom, I had to fight with my dad to go and meet my mom. I hope you understand the story. It's long and sad. I think I don't know how to have emotions, but I'm a very emotional person. I mean, anything can trigger me, and I can just cry. But because of the fact that I have lived this part of my life so much, I feel like I've got no tears left to cry. When I met my mother was never a loving parent. She didn't know how to be one. And I don't blame her, but sometimes I do blame her. Guys, no wonder we are an angry generation. No wonder I am. I have anger issues. It's because I feel like it's 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 how I grew up. It's life. You know, it's life. Is it okay? The post was about my dad and how he was an important man in my life, and also how everything that I hated, his toxic ways, I feel like all of that is also embedded in me. Okay, I'm going to talk about my dad and how supportive he was. My father was an impatient man, and I also feel like I'm very impatient because of how he raised us. And it's so sad that I'm also impatient with my kids. And I hope they can view this video and understand as to why I am like that, why I am trying to correct the ways of our fathers. As much as he was an important man, he was an impatient man. And that is why I'm so impatient in my life. And maybe that's why I treat also my relationships like that. Because my father was a handsome man, very handsome indeed. He had a lineup of women just falling, on his knee. But with all of that, he was stubborn. He had toxic traits. He will drink and shout and fight with his women, and we experienced it. We lived it. We've lived it. And I don't know, but I feel like everything really that you can hate about your parents, I just feel like it's also embedded in me. So I cannot say that as much as he was a good man, I adored every aspect of his life. No, he was a good father. He raised us very well. But I feel like there are some other things that I have also taken from all of that. When he got sick, when I started my job or working in a retail store, he got sick, got into an accident. I had to rush home. When I went home, I saw sadness in his life, and for the very first time, I've never seen my father so weak, and I have never seen him in that state. I stopped everything for that man. I stopped everything for him. I think he wanted to marry twice after my mom, but none of those marriages ever worked out because my father and my mom were married legally. So when he was taking like second wives, no, they were not recognized. For one, he never divorced with my mom, even though he said he did. But he never divorced with my mom. And when I went home, I had to make a tough decision. And that decision was hard because at that time I was growing. I was already in management, working with management, learning my ways up around the rank, and you know, finding my feet. I had to drop everything, almost sell half of my stuff, and I said I would stay home and take care of my dad because he had no one. And the women that he was dating had left him broken and alone. So I decided to take care of him. And I don't want to lie, that was the most important time in my life that I'll always remember in my life. It was hard. It was hard to just deal with everything at that time. I was not working. I was trying to make it. I had no income coming in, but we made it. We made the best memory. Thank God for my boyfriend at that time. He stepped in and, took care of things for me. But again, I'm just going back to the story of how God is amazing and how God and how our ancestors in my life are so important because I feel like they are playing an important role in my life. I don't want to miss a sign. I don't want to miss a moment. I don't want to miss uh, the message. I don't want to miss anything. I hope someone finds the story and it can heal some of our broken hearts. And we must know that life is very difficult out there. Even though life is difficult out there, you can still manage to find the courage to go on and be strong and never show weakness to your enemies. Never show weakness to anyone. When I say that, life is gonna throw you a curveball. You must fight and run and duck and dive if you can to make it. Serious. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Get to know me a little bit more better. Again, I thought the story was going to be about my life. I'm sorry, but that will be a story for another day. I feel like Mjolo is no, 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 no. But again, I hope this heals someone. I don't know. But welcome to my diary. Welcome to my life.